Well, that's again a very interesting, guys. We're talking about the cubic equation, and we'll see what happens in the cubic equation. Look at the graph here. I can see we have x cubed minus 4x as the graph. Now if I plot this, I can see that we have 3 points where I can get the value of y to be 0. This one point, this is another point where I can see, yes, this is the point when x is equal to -2, I can see y is 0. Or I can say then when x is equal to 0, y is 0, and I can see that x is equal to 2, y is 0. Now let's do this mathematically and say, well, let's take the value of x as I can see in this case -2, and see what happens if I substitute here. I can get that f of -2 is equal to x is -2. I can write -2 the whole cube minus of 4 times -2. See what's happening. I do get this as -8 plus 8, and I can see they get a 0. So that's the point which is x is -2 and y is 0. So that's my first 0 of this polynomial. Now what about this guy? When x is 0, what happens to y? Let's check it out. Now here again I can write f of 0 in this case, and I can write that is 0 cube minus 4 times 0, and I can see that very easily that 0 minus 0 is 0 itself. So that is my second point where I'm getting the value of the function, or the value of the whole polynomial 0. When x is 0, y is also 0. Beautiful. Now what about this point? This point again, when x is 2, y is 0. Let's check it out. So I can take f of 2 in this case. Now I can see that this is 2 the whole cube minus 4 times 2. So what's happening, guys? I can see that is 8 minus 8, and you do get a 0. Now I can say that at this point when x is 2, y is again 0. So I can see there are 3 zeros of this polynomial, cubic polynomial. When x is equal to -2, I get y 0, or when x is equal to 0, I get y 0, and when x is equal to 2, I get, in all these cases, y is 0. Now I can say that yes, f of x becomes 0 when I have x is -2, x is 0, and x is 2, and I call them to be the zeros of the polynomial. That is it, guys. Pretty easy.